Welcome to the Rotary District 7910 monthly PR workshop. Today we're going to talk about creating a club presentation. Specifically, we're going to talk about 4 topics. So first of all, where to find the official Rotary International PowerPoint presentation template. Second, you can find a club presentation that's already populated with great content that you can use, customize as a template for your own club. Third, we're going to talk about how to edit a presentation, touching on things like how to add photographs, how you might want to crop some photos, how to change the footer at the bottom of the master, and also how you can add slides very easily. And lastly, we're going to talk about what you can do with that presentation when you're done. So we're going to get started. Very first thing is, where do you find this official Rotary International presentation template? Well, there's a very cool branding site that everyone should have memorized. www.rotary.org/brand center, all one word. Now that's a vanity URL, so it's going to redirect you to a more sophisticated URL behind it, but this makes it easy to remember. So as you can see, the URL switched. It takes you to a login page. So I have my account set up. If you don't have one, you can create an account over here. And email and my password. And if you forget your password, just click right there, that password. Okay, so now it's going to bring up the Brand Center site. There are all kinds of resources on this Brand Center. You know, a couple minutes to direct me there. Come on. Come on. No, it's not working. Try that again. There we go. Okay, this is the home page for the Brand Center. Now you can get templates either from the top over here at these little menu items, or you can scroll down, and I find that it's actually easier just to scroll down. Go to Materials and click on Learn More. And you're going to find all kinds of templates. So in addition to presentations, you can find templates for logos, how to create a brochure, stationery, press releases, you name it, all kinds of good stuff. But today we're going to look at presentations. On View, that will bring up 4 different kinds of templates. 2 are for the Rotary Foundation. So if all you're going to be doing is focusing on the foundation, you can use either this light version or the dark version. However, I'm just going to use a regular version for a club. So I'm going to click on that. It's going to ask me if I want to download it. That's the easiest thing to do. Okay, I've read, up the usage terms, and download. So now, down at the bottom, do you want to open it or save it? In this point, I'm going to save it to my download folder. I can either view it here, or I can go straight up here, Downloads, and there we go. PowerPoint design. And there you go. See, enough. So you can see they include a couple slides, so you can see the type of slides that you can customize. You just have to make sure you click on Enable Editing. That will give you the ability to create a presentation. But what if you don't want to start from scratch? Well, I can show you a very easy to find presentation on our district website. So at www.rotary7910.org, you're going to find another set of menu tabs. Go to the Public Relations menu tab, the PR Toolkit, and scroll down to Sample PR Promotional Materials. Bringing up the page, there are all kinds of samples here, and if you have more samples you'd like us to share with the rest of the district, just let me know. Under presentations, you're going to see a club presentation for the Neshoba Valley Club. There's also an assembly presentation that the Brookline Club did as well. You're going to click right here on Neshoba Valley. Okay, that same menu shows at the bottom, that message. We can open it directly or we can save it. Let's save that. And you can view the download from here or from your download folder. So this is a presentation that talks about Rotary and this club in particular. Organized as follows. It introduces people to Rotary International. It then talks specifically about the Rotary Club of Neshoba Valley. Goes into projects, touches a little bit on the Rotary Foundation, then ends with you and Rotary. And this club in particular uses the presentation as a membership recruitment tool. So how would you customize it? Well, first, if you look at the bottom, I know it's a little hard to see, so let me scroll down a little bit. You'll see the template includes a little identifier, Rotary Club of Neshoba Valley with the page number. So I would think the first thing you'd want to do is to fix that footer. So what we're going to do is go into View. We're going to go to the Slide Master. Now the interesting thing about the Slide Master is it has a parent-child relationship. You have a parent slide. Everything on this parent slide gets propagated on the children that are mapped. You can see this little dotted line. Scroll down, then you see another parent-child relationship. Everything on this slide, slide 2, gets added to all of these children slides. And then there's one more set right here. Again, it goes down to the bottom. What that means is if you want to change a footer, you only need to do that on the parent slide. So that's a title slide. You don't need to worry about that. There really isn't any footer. But this one does have a footer. So we're going to move down a little bit here. Here we go. And it's very easy to edit. I'm going to say Rotary Club of Littleton as an example. And what that means is all of those children's slides now have that same change. You go down to the third set, the third parent, and you need to edit that. And again, all of the children are changed. So basically you change 2 slides and it fixed all of the others. Once you're done changing that footer, you can close the master view. And if you look at the regular slides, look, every slide is fixed. We've got the new club. So now you're looking at it and you're like, well, you know, let's see what it says. Okay, let's scroll down a little so we can see everything. Rotary International, that works for just about every club. Key facts about Rotary, yeah, that looks like that would pretty much go for every club.
So are you changing the screens? Oh, okay, I just saw it. All right.
Okay, the 6 areas of focus, that goes across every club. The 4-way test, next slide, that too goes to every club. Some facts and figures. The organizational structure, maybe you might want to change the image here, but this works. The 5 avenues of service that all clubs focus on. And then it takes you into the club information itself. So the next slide, which is rolling shortly, will show you an image of the Neshoba Valley Club. It's something that they had taken as part of their visioning. And I see that it's taking a while to scroll. So I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to just keep going down. Our meeting time, easy to edit. Some pictures about our club in action. Some community service projects that we wanted to highlight. Youth programs that the club has done. International service projects. Speakers. And then we go into projects in general. So really, there's maybe 5, 6 slides that you would want to customize content, and it's very, very simple. So if you wanted to add some of your own speakers, for example, just go in, speaker for our club. Very simple to edit the text.
I just got kicked out. I'm going to try to get back in.
Okay. I'll just keep going. I'll go slow. So
Laura, can I ask you,
yeah.
that PowerPoint presentation you are showing right now that you did for the Neshoba Valley, was that right off of the RI site as the basic template, and then you changed something they had there?
Nope.
Yep.
I created it.
You created it. Okay.
Yep. So I'm all about leverage. I encourage people, if they find it useful, to cut and paste, customize as much as possible for yourself. And the last part of the presentation touches on the Rotary Foundation. Talks a little bit about the mission, describes some of the programs, a little focus on Polio Plus, and then we go into the very last part of the presentation, Rotary and you. Why should someone want to join? Opportunities for potential members, and where to go for more information. So that's kind of the structure of the presentation. But it sounds like these pictures probably are not appropriate for every club. And you might want to add your own club images. So how do you do that? Now let's start with this picture. Let's replace this picture, and I'll use it as an example. So I want to add a photo, but there isn't that much space. So a standard picture is going to look pretty odd. I'm going to probably have to crop it. So what I'm going to do is pull up an application called Paint. Okay? Go into File, Open, and I'm going to look for a picture. Let's use one of these. Oh, here we go. That's a good one. Look, it's huge. Oh, my goodness. How am I going to crop this? It's big. So you go into the View tab, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. Now, our club did a Veterans Day breakfast. So all of these folks here are vets. I think that's a really nice service project to highlight in our presentation. But I need to crop it so it'll fit that space on the slide. So on the Home tab, I'll do Select Rectangular Selection. And let's start here. I'll make a rectangle. Yeah. There, and I'm going to crop. Aha! That looks like it might fit better. So now I'm going to save it as Vet Day Photo. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint presentation. Okay, so I'm going to try to put that in this corner here. So I'll go to Insert, picture. Now I need to find it. A lot of photos, as you can see. Go into my Veterans Day breakfast photo. That day photo. Now look how big that is. Grab it by the corner and move it down. There you go. Now, because it was a very big picture, I don't want my PowerPoint presentation to be several megabytes large. So what I'm going to do is make sure that I go up to this compress pictures, remove apply only to this picture because I want all of my pictures to be compressed. Click OK. That shrinks the size of the photo in the image, so my PowerPoint presentation will be a manageable size.
So can I ask you a question, Laura?
Sure.
So are you still in that template? I mean, does it matter which PowerPoint version you have?
This is the exact same template. However, this is populated, and it's probably a lot easier for clubs to customize than to create
So that
compression
button, for instance, is in that template that got downloaded?
That's part of PowerPoint.
Part of PowerPoint.
Yep. So this.
All right, I'm going to have to look at that. I'm not. This looks different than what I'm used to. So I don't know if you have a newer version of PowerPoint than I do.
I probably do. I had to get a new laptop in the spring.
Okay.
Okay. So if I were to add, say, I want to add another slide, what I would do is go to Home, New Slide, and then I can pick what kind of slide I want. So I like title and content. I'm going to say additional service projects. And again, I can type and list new projects, or I can add photos just like I showed you how to do it. If I want a different look and feel to the slide, I just go up to Layout, say, I think I just want the title only. I don't want that bar. But no, I changed my mind. I want to go back to this. So the template controls how the slides look. You don't have to play with color. You don't have to add blocks. You don't have to change the font. All of that is done automatically for you. Okay? Pretty simple. So I'm going to close out of this. I'm not going to save those changes. So the last thing is, so you have a presentation. What are you going to do with it when you're done? Well, the first thing you can do is make it available on your website. So here is the Neshoba Valley website at neshobarotary.org, and we've added it as a download file. So anyone can click on it and pull it right up. You can just go through and see all the slides. I'm making it bigger and smaller. And go to the next slide and so on. Nope, that's the old one. So that's the first thing you can do. The second thing that you can do is print out your presentation. Now that sounds pretty odd to print it out, but what I've done is I use a binder and I put each slide in one of those clear page protectors. And that way, when I have coffee with a potential member, someone who wants to talk about Rotary or doesn't really have a good understanding of Rotary, I use this as a presentation and I walk through it. I just kind of flip through and I talk about some of the activities that we do using the pictures. And the pictures really try to reinforce what our club looks like, who's in it, the type of activities, and the fact that we like to have fun. Then another thing you can do is use this. In fact, I'm going to right back up. Use this when you have projects. and you can actually have it running as a continual loop slideshow. So how you do that is you go into slideshow, and you want to make sure you have set it up so that it loops continuously. So I'm clicking on there. I say OK. Then I go into the transitions, and there we go. Okay, here we go. I want the slides not to advance on mouse click, but after minutes, or seconds rather. Okay, so we apply that to all. Then if I go in and I do my slideshow, after 3 seconds, it's supposed to go to the next slide, and after 3 seconds, it'll go to the next slide, and you can change the timing on this. But this way, it can continuously loop and display so that you can have it as you're doing your project. People can see what your club is all about, learn about Rotary, your activities, what you do, how you do it, in addition to the project that you're doing. So it can be used as a promotional tool as well. Get out of that. So that's it. We talked about how to find the Rotary International template for PowerPoint, where you can find an already populated club presentation that you can then customize for your own club, how to manipulate that presentation so that you can add photos and create photos of different sizes and add them to the PowerPoint. Make sure you compress them, how to change the little footer at the bottom of every slide, and how you can then take that resulting presentation and use it so that you can attract new members and promote your club's activities. So that is it in a nutshell.
Can I ask? I watched the whole thing, and I'm still a little shaky on getting there. Could you go right back to the beginning and just step through it very quickly? You know.
Would you like to go back to the Rotary International template?
Yeah, go right from the beginning very quickly, just to refresh my mind how you did it. You know, I don't know if anyone else feels that, but it's a lot of stuff.
It is a lot of stuff, and that's why we're trying to record this, so that you can then go refer to the recording. If you have questions, you can go back and listen to it again and again.
Okay. Good idea.
And if this recording is not working, that's okay too. I can go back and re-record it and post the link. But you make sure you go to Rotary.org Grand Center if you want to download that template. Otherwise, just go straight to the district site. So this is kind of an option that's even easier. You don't have to log in. It's already posted. Go down to the Neshoba Valley Club presentation, and you can just click it, save it, and edit it. Here.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Simple enough. Other questions?
No, excellent, Laura. Thank you. There's so much material here. It takes time to work on it to really get comfortable with it.
It does, and especially if you don't know PowerPoint very well. But if you have someone in your club who does know PowerPoint, it's very simple to use the template that already exists.
Can I ask you a general question, Laura?
Sure.
Do you have a committee, or are you a committee of one?
Well, technically, every PR chair in every club is part of the committee. Having said that, it's been a little challenging.
Well, I guess what I was getting at is, do you have people in your club that help you do stuff like this?
Oh, in my club, no. I do all this myself. But I do this for a living.
Oh, I figured. So curiosity, what do you do for a living?
I'm a marketing and communications consultant, and for the past 10 years, I actually handled mergers and acquisitions, announcing and integrating them. And in the past 18 months, not even 18, 14 months, I've worked on digital marketing and search engine optimization for high tech.
No, I should have lunch with you sometime.
Be happy to.
Laura, I just looked at my Mac and PowerPoint just to answer Steve's question. The function of compress exists. It's just located in a different place, so all you got to do is click Help in PowerPoint and say compress, and it'll show you where it is if you don't have the same version that Laura does.
All right, good. I figured that. I'll try and figure it out.
Okay. Well, you guys know how to reach me. I'm best reached by email, laura@spear.net. That tends to work 9 times out of 10. I tend to live in email many hours of the day. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me.
So this recording that you did, is it audio and visual that got recorded? And is there a URL to it or something?
So I'm hopeful that it will finish recording, and then I can put it right up here. So if you go up, you'll see that we have other recordings, audio and visual. You'll see logos.
Where is that? Oh, that's at the district site. Okay.
And then the last month was on club brochures. Same concept.
So if this works, there should be another one up there soon. Is that right?
Exactly.
I got you.
Okay, and if it doesn't work, I'll re-record this and post that one.
No, that's okay. I can look at these too and see what they look like. Well, that was very good. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, if you have any questions, you know how to reach me.
All right, great. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys.
See
Thank you, Laura.
Bye.
Yeah.
Laura, you there?
I think she signed off.
All right. I don't. Who's left on?
Steve Kirk. I'm with the Concord Club.
Okay, Steve. All right. We got a meeting tomorrow morning with Laura. I was just gonna, talk to her about that, but I'll call her up on the other line. Steve, thanks for joining us.
See you guys.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.